We all love the sound of money, and a $1,500 sign-on bonus sounds even better. That's right, Bellisio Foods of Jackson is offering a $1,500 sign-on bonus to new employees. Receive an extra $100 your first 6 weeks, then $400 after day 90, and $500 after day 180. Don't wait. Apply online at BellisioFoods.com/careers today. That's BellisioFoods.com/careers. Come work for a company who truly values their employees. Come work for Bellisio Foods.
Show some love for the graduating seniors in your life with custom-made gear from Zip Printing in Jackson. Yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, and more. Zip Printing can do it all. Visit yourtotalmedia.shop to browse all of Zip's gear to show your school spirit for the class of 22. Zip also has everything you need for graduation parties like custom photo cards, invitations, and napkins. Call 740-286-3023 or find them on Facebook at Zip Printing Signs and Marketing.
Yeah, a PBS style might be a way to do it, because if we come in our normal boisterous self, then it might offend or just shock normal viewers, or not necessarily normal viewers. I don't mean it anybody's not normal that's not watching, but what I mean is the normal viewer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I think I'm confused already, folks. So if you are, don't feel bad. But no, Jennifer's off today. I'm not quite sure where she is or what she's doing, but well-deserved day off for Jennifer.
She takes a lot of those, if you haven't noticed.
Look,
man,
when you get to be a big shot, get up the food chain, on the TV channel like that, you kind of make your own hours.
That's true. I guess I shouldn't say anything. I mean, I'm just lucky to be able to have her scraps, I guess.
Yeah, she's the Katie Couric of local TV, to say the least. But no, it's nice to be here. We appreciate James Hamilton.
Yeah.
Back there pushing the buttons and getting us on the air, inviting us to come in. And
I already made one mistake this morning, so don't give me too much credit.
Okay, what mistake
we have
is
had
that?
no
Let's
audio, right?
Yeah, we didn't turn you on all the way.
Okay, so
we missed the first 10 seconds.
Okay, well, good. You didn't miss
Let's just start the whole thing.
All right.
over.
Well, good morning and welcome to Main Street TV. I'm JJ Hale, and this is my good friend Rod Tomlin, a.k.a. Porterhouse. I think about how that first 10 seconds went. So
there you go.
There, you're all caught up. You didn't miss anything on this Monday morning. But, hey, we hope you had a good weekend. It was a busy weekend around here at Total Media for sure. And we kicked the weekend off very busy?
Yeah,
is that
busy.
the word we're looking for?
Yeah,
at least from a news standpoint.
I
on
tell
Friday?
you, with the weather, with spring being the way that it is right now, and just the atmosphere of everybody wanting to get out, be out, and do things. We had the opportunity to go down and celebrate not only the kickoff to a beautiful spring weekend, but an opportunity to kick off a brand new business, Harlow Motorsports. They were in on Friday talking about things that were going to be coming up with the ribbon cutting ceremony. The Chamber of Commerce were there and everything, and the whole grand opening special they had. They had the Eric Trago made beans over the fire out there. They had hot dogs.
When you got Trigger making the beans, you've done something right. I'm telling you what, Eric Trago is the king of the bean pot. That dude knows what he's doing. So, and Eric just had a transplant recently, and so I can't tell you how good it is to see Eric out moving again and doing things that he loves to do. But because before this transplant, he would help anyone, anytime, anywhere. So it's so nice to see him out again, just going back to doing what he did before he was ill, and that's just helping people that he loves. So it's good to see Trigger back, and especially at Harlow Motorsports.
Yeah, a lot of folks from around the area. Jackson were there. We did the live remote broadcast there on Friday afternoon. Had the opportunity to have the entire ribbon cutting ceremony and on the radio, which I thought was pretty cool. Which is, something that when you came back, that was what you vowed, is to bring the local back to radio, and that's what we're going to be doing over there on that side of things. So it was a proud moment for me to be able to see your dreams coming to life, man. So and this community. This is one step forward to bringing us that much closer together, I think, and making it must-hear radio. You got, whenever you want to tune into the radio, that's what we want, because you want to know what's going on. You want to be a part of what's going on, and I think Friday might have hopefully proved that, and then again on Saturday again as well. And I don't know,
do we have the audio, James, from the ribbon cutting?
Yeah,
up there?
We can play the whole ribbon cutting if you guys want.
So let's take a look. This is Friday at Harlow Motorsports.
Just give me just a second to get it set up here.
Yeah, so as you can see on the screen there in the background, that is one of the chamber members basically introducing himself to the folks that were there. And it seems to me like they had a very good crowd for the opening up there.
They did. I was, in a situation like that, and especially with a motorsports place like what he has, a business that doesn't necessarily cater to the normal individual. It's kind of an extreme sports person that would be into that, or someone in the off-road riding or racing world. And there are a lot of those folks around, but I was still surprised of the amount of people that came from not only around Jackson, but from all around the surrounding area. There were people from all around the area. Actually, one gentleman all the way came up to help celebrate from Lexington, Kentucky.
Wow. So very cool. And again, we've got the audio and the video now of the ribbon cutting ceremony for the brand new business. Welcome to Jackson Harlow Motorsports.
I'd like to thank Sam Brady with the Jackson County Economic Development Partnership here today. I'd like to thank all of our board members from the Chamber of Commerce here today. Also like to thank Commissioner Donnie Willis, John Hensler, and Paul Haller for being here today. And also like to thank Mayor Randy Evans. And at this time, I'd like to give him the opportunity to say a few words.
Well, Ryan, you thanked everybody but yourself, the president or the director of the Chamber of Commerce. So I want to thank you and the Chamber for holding this event. It's good to see an active chamber in town again. And I want to congratulate and welcome Jeremy Harlow and his team at Harlow Motorsports. I think there's a great market for this, and we're certainly happy to have them here in the city of Jackson, and we wish them all the luck. We'll do everything we can to help them be successful. Jeremy, let's get the ribbon cut.
Okay. I've had a couple conversations with Jeremy over the past few weeks, and I think big things are ahead for Harlow Motorsports. So at this time, I want to give him an opportunity to say a few words, maybe talk a little bit about how you got started and how you got here.
So Harlow Motorsports came about around about 2010. Started racing four-wheelers. Everybody kind of wanted me to help them out, work on their stuff, and kind of did it as a hobby for several years. And 2015, I decided I was going to turn it into a business. It started out part-time, and over the years, it just kind of grew. Met a lot of good people in the industry that have helped me get to where I'm at today. Finally, a couple years ago, went full-time with the business, and it has been just a non-stop drive ever since. A lot of people I've got to thank for getting me here. The Poling family, Connie, Scott, Gavin, Ashton, Tristan, all of them. Without them, there's a lot of stuff that wouldn't have happened over the years. The Trago family, Eric and Tammy, they've been a huge help the last couple of years. About 3.5 years I've known them, and they have just helped a ton. Got Wes Smith. He's been a huge blessing to have on our side. He's been there when we've needed him. He's helped with more things than I can even count. Got to thank Donnie Willis, Krista Brown, everybody from the Chamber of Commerce, everybody in the community that's helped over the years, the ones I've met. Can't forget Kenny Poling here in the back. He won't come up here, but he's been a huge help over the years. I'm sure I'm forgetting a ton of people. I don't even know where to start, really. But without everybody that's standing up here with me, we wouldn't be here. And we definitely have some big plans for the future. We're hoping to open up a very large facility sometime in the future and open a full-blown dealership. So hopefully when that happens, we'll see a lot more people out here.
Thanks, Jeremy. Okay, just to let you know, after we do the ribbon cutting, Jeremy's prepared a bunch of food with some help. So there's plenty of food in there and refreshments, so help yourself after we cut the ribbon. And we'll do that now.
So right now, what they're doing, stretching out the ribbon as we're about ready to see history made once again here in downtown Jackson as a new business comes to life. And the Chamber of Commerce is here in celebration as we celebrate Harlow Motorsports and the grand opening.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1.
It's official, folks. Harlow Motorsports is now open. You can come on down, get signed up for some tickets. We got some t-shirts to give away. They got a lot of cool prizes. Come on down, check out the great things they've got going on. Have some free food.
Well, like I said, man, that was great. And you know, I said it was a historic moment in downtown Jackson because, I mean, think about, not only do we have a new business in downtown Jackson, we've had a lot of those, and it's great to go up and down Main Street and Broadway and see those new businesses opening up. But it's a motorsports business. It's kind of a niche thing. And then that's one thing. But the thing that we got to think about from a historical standpoint is the fact that was Call Auto Sales used car lot for so many years. And, you know, when you think about that and the history of Jackson and Call Auto Sales now being gone and to see a new life there, that's kind of exciting, I believe.
Yeah, very, very exciting. Just, it's always exciting when a new business opens up in our community. So congratulations to Jeremy and Harlow Motorsports. And you know, while we were playing the video, James brought up a great point. What a gorgeous day for that. And then
Yeah,
I immediately thought, you know, at the end of that video, when they said there was plenty of food, I thought, what a wonderful Friday for Porterhouse.
It was.
You mentioned food, Porterhouse is on the scene. So yeah, very, very, very cool. So it was that was the good start to the weekend. Now, sort of the ominous start to the weekend was Friday morning.
It was Friday the 13th.
Yeah, when we woke up to basically the sound of a chopper, a police helicopter, circling the city of Jackson, looking for basically a convicted felon who had escaped them, or, you know, basically ran after a traffic stop on Main Street. And so the Jackson City schools immediately went to a 2-hour delay, and then that resulted into them closing down the school. So we were having some fun over on the Mixed Morning Crew with Matt. We affectionately called Friday Kenneth Sims Day because the kids ended up getting the day off from school. But wow, what a Friday morning, to say the least, to get things started.
It was. And, you know, I mean, not only does this gentleman face a lot of charges from his charges that stem from out of Michigan, if you check in with the Telegram News, online and also in print at your local newsstand, there's a lot of other charges this gentleman is facing as far as locally as well, JJ.
Yeah, Kenneth Conrad Sims, age 30, of Kalamazoo County, Michigan, was the individual that fled and ultimately was taken into custody by the police on late Friday morning. But again, it doesn't sound like this guy is a Boy Scout by any stretch of the imagination. He's got an extensive criminal record, and at the time of his escape, he was labeled as a dangerous felon. So consequently, Holzer Medical Center also went on to lockdown, as did the city schools. And the Jackson City schools, as I mentioned, did close. So did Christian Life Academy here in Jackson. But a great job
by local law enforcement.
Absolutely. And when I say local. I'm talking about the Jackson City Police, the Ohio Highway Patrol, the Jackson County Sheriff's Office, the Wellston City Police, all involved in
this. And I believe the Oak Hill Police Department was involved as well.
Yeah. So. And if we missed anyone out there, we apologize. But great job all the way around. And Jeremiah Schraber did a wonderful job with the Telegram News. He was on the scene out there broadcasting live. Actually had footage of when they brought the suspect out of the woods and had taken him into custody. That was pretty exciting. Yeah, and then he also was able to give us a live update on the radio as well on Mix 96 FM. And we do have some footage of Jeremiah speaking with the Jackson City Police Chief immediately following Friday morning situation.
What began as an early morning traffic stop on East Main Street in Jackson turned into a manhunt after a male suspect fled on foot from law enforcement. Nearly 5.5 hours later, authorities were able to locate, capture, and arrest Kenneth Sims, 30, of Kalamazoo County, Michigan, behind Holzer Medical Center of Jackson.
This morning, around 3 a.m., one of the patrolmen from the Jackson Police Department initiated a traffic stop on a male subject driving down Main Street. She had previously watched a minor traffic infraction and littering from the motor vehicle. So she initiated the traffic stop and made contact with the driver, Kenneth Sims, out of Michigan. Mr. Sims was shown to not have a valid driver's license at the time, and she made the stop. She called for some backup officers as he had thrown a blunt of marijuana out onto the ground right near the officer. So she called. We had a backup unit from Jackson County Sheriff's Office. A deputy showed up and a trooper from Ohio State Highway Patrol. Mr. Sims was out of the vehicle, standing around while she searched the vehicle. In the trunk, she located a large jar of marijuana. I don't know the weight, but it looks like more than personal use, and a loaded 9mm handgun. Mr. Sims is currently on parole, and in taking him into custody on that issue for further investigation, she was able to get one handcuff on Mr. Sims, and then he spun, pulled away from the officers, and took off running. He ran through Jackson. The officer gave chase. A trooper gave chase while the deputy held down the scene with the stopped vehicle and the patrol units that were there. Mr. Sims eventually made it into a heavily wooded area that we were able to secure a perimeter as more and more people were activated to respond to this scenario. Mr. Sims was within the perimeter from State Route 139 to Burlington Road, Holzer Hospital to Jackson High School, which prompted me this morning to talk to the superintendent of Jackson City Schools, Phil Howard. We were in contact, and he initially put the schools on a 2-hour delay as we tried to seek out this individual. He later, in contact with me, we still didn't have him in custody. We had him in sight with OSP's aviation unit, who had been called to assist. They were able to view Kenneth Sims in the heavy brush. We had multiple officers. I had 6 officers that were finishing their last day of SWAT school today. I called their SWAT commander and said, my guys are going to be late because I need all hands on deck today. So I had 6 additional units coming in. I called our K9 in. We have recently certified K9 in tracking. Jackson County Sheriff's Office had units out. Oak Hill PD had a unit out and had brought a drone to assist with the aviation unit. Wellston PD sent some officers, and Jackson County Municipal Court Probation. This was an all-hands-on-deck kind of situation. So Mr. Sims was continuously trying to evade arrest in a heavily wooded area inside that perimeter that I previously mentioned. And we were getting constant reports from the aviation unit that he's bedded down, that he's going through some thick brush. They were able to see him and not see him using some of the technology that they have available. Obviously, there were several OSP units as well. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. That was really the game changer for us. They were able to give accurate location while the units closed in this search area that's roughly about a square mile. And Mr. Sims was taken into custody finally somewhere around 8, a little after 8 this morning. The traffic stop was at 3 a.m. 5 hours later, he's in custody. currently being checked out at Holzer Hospital. Mr. Sims has been running through thick brush with thorns and sticks and bugs, and he's barefoot and without a shirt at the time that he was taken into custody. So he's being seen at Holzer Medical Center here for just the minor cuts and scrapes, as you can imagine, that he would encounter trying to crawl through the woods and run through the woods at the time. No use of force had to be used to take Mr. Sims into custody. We're going to review with the prosecutor today on charges stemming from this as we further investigate. So everybody is safe now. Unfortunately, Jackson City Schools, we weren't able to take them into custody before they had to make the final call to cancel school. But we appreciate really, this was an all hands on deck, and I mean that. Every agency within the county had some representation and assisted us in capturing Mr. Sims safely. The mayor and the service director from the city of Jackson were lending nothing but support of all city services should we need it. We actually canceled some of those that were coming in to help track through the woods. So there's a big shout out to everybody in Jackson that works in this field. This is what we do. This is what we do to keep our community safe. And we feel like we've done that today and done that really without incident. We've caused quite a stir. I'm aware of that, but for now there are no other suspects at large. There's nobody else who we feel is dangerous out in the community related to this incident. So everybody's safe, and that makes it makes a happy day for us.
Well, JJ, for full details on that story and more and continuing coverage, you want to definitely check out the Telegram News. I know they covered that in Saturday's edition, and plus online on our e-edition. You'll be able to check for more updates there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you don't have a subscription, it's very easy. You can call us here at the Total Media at 740-286-3023. We can get you get your subscription set up over the phone very, very easily. And, you know, not only here in Jackson County, but they are doing a bang-up job in Vinton County. So if you want real news in Vinton County, real sports coverage in Vinton County, check us out, thetelegramnews.com. So, yeah, that was quite the way to kick off the weekend. But then, yeah, we did make it to Harlow Motorsports on Saturday, but also on Friday. Some exciting high school baseball going on in the area. Of course, the Jackson Ironmen, they had a game on Friday evening that they won big. But the one kind of garnering the attention, which was very exciting, was the Oak Hill Wellston game.
Right, yes.
Eddie Abley had a walk-off to give Oak Hill a 7-6 win over the Rockets on Friday afternoon. He hit a single to left center field with the bases loaded in the bottom of the seventh. So if you're not familiar with high school baseball,
that's the last inning.
Yeah, they only go 7 innings. They don't go 9 like the big leagues. But he was able to get a huge hit to give the Oak Hill Oaks a win. And, you know, that's becoming quite the rivalry. The Oak Hill Wellston, they're playing that first game of the year in football. But we've got some footage from Friday afternoon of the hit. If you haven't seen this, take a look. This is pretty cool.
So he gave me the bunt sign. It was the first bunt I've ever laid down in my career. The curveball, luckily I got it down, beat out the throw, and I set up to get Nate Walk to the next batter. And then Dylan came up and did what he had to do. And then Eddie hit a walk-off, and that'll set us great for tournament play because it's a close game. That's what tournament will be like.
Yeah, it felt great hitting that walk-off. That was my home team. Just transferred there from last year. You know, it felt great. Yeah, it was very challenging to go up there and just play baseball.
This one will really propel us to know what a tournament experience is like. So now we got a lot of hits. We did plays that we needed to make and did the little things right. And that's what tournament will be, and we'll just keep carrying on.
Yeah, so congratulations to the Oaks. Big win for them over the Rockets on Friday afternoon. So, yeah, exciting finish to the ball game there. And then we've got more baseball this afternoon for you on Fox Sports 105.3 FM as the Jackson Ironmen begin their tournament play. They'll be hosting another, call it a rivalry. The Vinton County Vikings come to town tonight. 5 o'clock will be the first pitch. 4:45 is typically when the pregame show hits the air. And Hammy, is Pete Wilson in town for this thing, or is he out? Like, he takes more vacation. He takes more vacation than Jennifer.
No doubt.
Well, that's the reason you two are stuck here this morning. Both of them decided to take a vacation the same day.
Yeah, so it'll probably be Dan Morrow, and who knows? He's actually tried to get me a couple of times. I haven't been able to get it in my schedule, but would love to do a baseball game with Dan
same.
Morrow.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, would love to do a game with Dan and Pete.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys are legendary broadcasters, and so yeah, that ball game will hit the air tonight at 4:45. And if the Ironmen do win tonight over Vinton County, we'll have their next game for you, and I believe that would be on Wednesday evening from Howler Field as well. So yeah, the Ironmen are home tonight, and we'll have that game again for you tonight, 4:45 with the pregame, first pitch at 5 p.m. And kind of speaking of local broadcasters, sports broadcasters, Dan, and Pete, they've had quite the run. But how about a big shout out? And I wasn't aware of this, and I've made Pete Wilson aware, and I'm hoping that we can do maybe a feature story in the Telegram news. Bob Grillo and Jeff Thacker at Vinton County.
Yeah,
they celebrated like 30 plus years
of
broadcasting high school sports for us here at Jackson County Broadcasting. That is a lot of late nights, a lot of work. And believe me, these guys are not doing it for the money.
No,
they're doing it because they love the kids.
Passion.
Yeah, and so what a run by those guys. Congratulations to those two.
Absolutely. That's impressive, and it's good to get that shows what kind of community we have,
Yeah.
I mean, the love and the support and the dedication that we give, even when you don't have kids involved,
right?
You're involved.
Yeah. And neither one of them do, and it's the same way with Dan, and Pete. It's not like they have kids playing, so they're just there doing it because they're going to be at the games anyway. These guys actually, they do it because they love it, and they want to make sure that the kids get the recognition that they deserve. So, so thank you to those guys, and thanks to all of our broadcasters that we've had over the last couple of years to help us out, because it is a thankless job, and we certainly do appreciate it. So then Sunday, did you get into anything exciting yesterday, or did you just sort of decompress from all the fun?
There was a lot of decompression, but my son, who basically has been with me the whole time throughout his about 15 years, has been spending a little more time with his mom lately, and that we haven't seen each other for about a month. So I had the opportunity to go see him. I went Saturday night. He had a formal. And here's the funny thing. I mean, he calls me on Friday. And
now, when you say formal, is that prom or?
Yeah,
is
it's kind of like he's like junior high, and he just called it. So it's not a prom, but it's kind of like maybe a junior high prom or something like that. But he calls me on Friday, and he's busy. He's a cool kid. He don't call dad a lot, but when he does, we have some good conversations and stuff. And so anyway, he calls and FaceTimes on Friday, and he's like, coming up for pictures tomorrow, and I'm like, pictures for what? He's like, for my dance. And I'm like, what dance? I said, you going to the prom? No, it's formal. And I'm like, okay, but what do you mean am I coming up? We're going to take pictures. I said, so? He said, well, aren't you going to come to? And I'm like, okay. So I'm thinking, okay, well, there's a reason. He wants me to go there, and thinking he's being kind of girly about this, man. So anyway, I go up, I take some pictures, and if you check my personal Facebook page out, my Rodney Tomlin account, which is open to the public, I got some. There it is, right there.
Yeah.
Old Pops took some pretty good photos. I think,
you're not bad, man. Hammy might have some competition back here, but he's got a nicer camera. You just have the cell phone.
He does have a much better camera, but for on the fly and short notice, I was able to take some photos. His mom was there, and so was her mom and dad and everybody. But we went to an historic place in downtown Chillicothe, off West 5th Street or something. There was some really cool buildings and a lot of historical monuments there that were located in that area, and like a cannon, and there were some other buildings and stuff. I didn't get a chance to stop and read all the stuff because it was kind of an in and out type thing, but it was still a pretty cool experience. Then on Sunday, after the dance, I didn't know what was going on, and so I'm sitting there. We're thinking about maybe going to the lake or something, and then he texted or called. I can't remember, but anyway, he contacted me, and I'm like, going to Lake Elma, and he's like, come get me. We were texting. He's like, come get me, and I'm like, all right. So ran up and got him, and we ended up coming back home. We got down here. We had a really good time, had a good evening. I grilled barbecue chicken and some ribeyes last night. He and his stepbrother Buford went out and went fishing. They made cane poles and went out fishing. I asked him on the way home last night, I said, did you catch anything? Because I didn't go down. That was while I was barbecuing. And he said, yeah, he said, I caught 22 and Buf caught 15.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, wow, that creek down there?
Yeah.
I said, any eating size? He says, oh, no, nothing really eating size. He said, but we had a good time. So, yeah, it was good. Got to spend time with him. And then I woke up early this morning because didn't have that on my schedule. I had originally scheduled to do some work yesterday. So I got up early this morning, did the work, and came in late to the morning show with Matt. But
yeah, you came across the parking lot. I'm not going to say it as graphically as I did on Mix 96 FM, but you look like you were headed for the restroom. You look like the old footage of Joe Paterno doing the backdoor trot there out of the stadium. That was Porterhouse coming across the parking lot this morning.
I said as I was on, I said, you don't understand. I said, I got to get going. I said, this guy's a real butthole to work for. I said, if you're late, I said, he don't like late.
Yeah.
I said, he loves it when you stay late. So I got to get out of here.
I got to admit, I turned into everything that I swore that I never would be when I was 25 years old. But then you kind of figure out that those old guys knew what they were doing, and they were right. So let me ask you, your son Chance, how old now?
He'll be 15 next month.
So does he think you're cool, or are you kind of like the old fuddy-duddy old guy now?
Well, it's kind of here's the thing. He does think I'm cool in some instances, and then there's a lot of instances, I'm obviously dad. But the dad moment came on Saturday night when I was taking photos, because you've seen me. I get creative. I go for angles and different things. Good. And anyway, they were like rolling their eyes and they couldn't believe it. And he was like, well, his girlfriend Jasmine said, maybe we shouldn't have made fun of him for getting up so close and taking so many pictures.
Yeah.
But all in all, he thinks I'm cool because when he gets in the car, he knows I'm dad, and he respects that and everything. But we're buddies too. You know what I mean? He puts in music, and we share music together. I don't necessarily say that his choice of music is my typical choice, but I enjoy his choice of music, and we listen and we connect through that a lot of times. And
that's cool.
Yeah, it is. It's a neat relationship. And me being from and working in the racing industry for so many years, and he being traveling with me for so many years and being a part of that, we've got a lot in common there. He rides a lot. He's also into TV. He's a cameraman. He worked for Racer TV. He did a lot of camera work for Racer TV and would help out at checkpoints at GNCCs and stuff like that. So we got a lot in common. So I think I'm a cool dad.
Yeah. And I'm not real sure. I got to be honest with you. My kid's at that stage where I'm probably not the coolest guy in the room anymore. It's getting to the point like, okay, drop me off, down here, not up at the high school. I'll walk.
I still get that.
Yeah. So, but I had to laugh because, recently, and of course, he didn't know me when I was 20 or 25, like most of Southern Ohio.
Probably a good thing.
Yeah. So most of Southern Ohio remembers the old JJ and the fun that the old JJ used to have, not the old grown-up JJ, so to speak. So
not the old JJ.
So, I had gotten on to him about something. I wanted to go somewhere, go do something, and, I just had to say no. I didn't think it was a good situation, and no, you can't go do that. So, of course, he gets angry, and he's like, you're no fun. You just don't know how to have fun. You're just not fun. You don't know anything about fun. You don't know how to have fun. You don't know any, and
I've never heard that from my kid, JJ.
And I'm like, dude, you have no idea. And I ain't going to tell you. You're going to find out, eventually when you get out, and about, people's going to say, I remember JJ did this. I remember JJ. So I'll let them tell the stories. Yeah. But then on other aspects, especially since the radio thing, now, he's grown up around it. He's always heard me on the air and heard me doing commercials. I'm fortunate enough to have a studio at home, so he sees me in there playing and working a lot. So I think he thinks that's cool. And then what really alarmed me here recently is I was at a parent-teacher conference, and so one of the teachers who I really like, and we're sitting down, and they had talked to him about maybe what he would like to do in the future as a profession. And basically what he's saying he would like to do is get into radio and television. I'm like, Oh, no. No.
Well, he's got the right dad. The
Yeah,
right
well, maybe
uncle,
it's
if you
just
will.
in the genes. So, but yeah, so no, it was a really good weekend, and we would be remiss if we didn't mention the big bike rodeo up at Vinton County on Saturday.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
that was a lot of fun. The Vinton County Health Department, Vinton County WIC helped me grow. They were out, I believe. There were some other individuals. I think Care Source was out. They had like one of the clothing pantries out. It was really an exciting opportunity to be a part of a community event for me. I mean, it was one of those things where, even though I really didn't have anything to do with it other than being there, I felt like I was a part of something really great, and this is something that has been going on in Vinton County for several years now, but the growth and the support that they have from the community and the amount of bicycles, and I'm surprised that more people didn't take advantage of coming out. I think that nearly everyone that came out, and there may have been a few because there were some that didn't get a chance to stay very long, had to go in and out, real quick for whatever reason. But some over 60 some prizes given away. Plus, they gave away, I think, I don't even know how many bicycle helmets they gave away. And that was, they were promoting bicycle safety through this, and put a lid on it. Using a bicycle helmet is something that I didn't even know existed until I was probably in college, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
When I see some kid drive by on a 10-speed or a 24-speed probably at that time with a bicycle helmet and these funny-looking shorts on.
Yeah. Well, I think I heard Matt say you guys gave away 55 bicycles Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So great job. I really enjoyed listening to you and Matt on the air. You did a great job with that, and it sounded like everyone had a wonderful time up there. And how cool is that? Some kid that probably didn't have a bike is now riding around town enjoying summer, right?
Yeah, and it was just some of the individuals that we had the opportunity to meet. It was a joy. It really was, and I mean, I'm not saying in my former profession of motorsports announcing that I didn't get a chance to do that, but I'll just say I got to do it on a much more laid back schedule this weekend. So it was nice.
And I think we're both given the telltale sign that we're old because it used to be when we would go out to do these remotes, it was a hassle.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, I got to work.
Yeah.
I got to go do this. And now I think we both kind of enjoy getting back out there and just being part of the community. And like you said, putting the local back into local radio. And, it's just a lot of fun. So, hey, guess what I got to do yesterday?
What did you? Oh, you got to golf. You already said
yes.
This is 2022. This month is the 5th month, and we are on the 16th day. So we are halfway through the month of May. We'll call it 4.5 months, technically, I guess. Or would it be 5.5?
5.5.
5.5 months. Yeah.
Hang on, let me take off my shoes and socks.
5.5 months. Plus, I'm sure there were a few months before Christmas and the winter season. How long has it been since you played?
I have not swung a golf club probably in at least 2.5 months, 3 months. Now, I was fortunate enough, it was probably back in early April. I take that back. Maybe early March, mid-March. It was a really nice day, and good buddy of mine, Coach Matt Combs up at Vinton County, had shot me a text because he knows typically I'm over around Chillicothe on Saturdays, and just basically said, hey, you want to meet up over at the country club and hit a bucket of balls? I'm like, sure. And so he and I hit about 50 balls and had a long talk that morning, and that was it. And so, I mean, literally the clubs, my golf bag, everything's just dusty. But, coming back to here, this is my baby. This is my real hobby. And so, just been really busy and hadn't had a chance to. But our mutually good friend, our buddy John Lewis, had called me up a couple of weeks ago and said, hey, why don't you join us for the Jackson soccer golf scramble out at Franklin Valley Golf Course? So John and I teamed up with Logan Sheets, and John's daughter, Cheatin' Amy is her nickname.
What was it?
Cheatin' Amy.
Cheatin' Amy.
she is devised or taken my old, I came up with a system. If you had a bad lie, I'm not one of those guys that plays the ball as it lays. I came up with a patented twist and pinch system. You take the grass, and you twist it, and then you pinch it, and then your golf ball will lay nicely
You're
on
not
top of
allowed
that.
to do that.
And when they start paying me to play, I'll play by their rules. But until then, we're going to play by the JJ rules. So she came up with the Cheatin' Amy method, which is very nice, but it's just a spinoff of my original method. But she played with us, and we had a great time yesterday. And kudos to the Jackson soccer boosters; they did a great job yesterday. Had a wonderful turnout, beautiful afternoon for it, and we didn't play as well as we wanted to. But the good news is I didn't break anything in the parking lot, and for the first time I think in my entire adult life, my wife said, "Go golf, go have fun, get out of here." So it was really enjoyable. I had a great weekend. So I think that covers it. It was a pretty packed full weekend. And did you do anything else to spend that $100 gas tank fill up this weekend? It's hard to run around when it's cost you $100 to fill up. So
No, just a few trips back and forth to Chillicothe, up in Benton County. Grilled out, I did stay up a little late last night because I got to see the what they call that, the blood moon, is that what they call it last night? I saw the total lunar eclipse. I did happen to be up at midnight and it was a little later than that, back up at 4:30 this morning, but I got to see the full lunar eclipse, and I think that's the first time I've ever seen that, and it was kind of compelling in a way, I mean, it was neat to see. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, and I was already in bed, and I'm telling on myself, and I'm surprised. Normally, when I wear this shirt, typically the first thing that Porterhouse says to me when I walk in the door is, "Good morning, welcome to Bob Evans. Can I take your order, please?" But no, I go to bed very, very early, but I also get up very early. Sometimes 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning.
You wake the chickens up, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I found that I get those 2 hours of time to just get up, start my day, actually get up, read the Bible a little bit, get that done for the day, and then I can get more work done in those quiet hours in the morning.
All right, my question: do you read the physical Bible or do you read the app?
And that is a very, very good question.
I have an app. I get an alarm every morning.
Well, what I found is right now I am reading it on the app, so I'm guilty. However, I really feel like at some point I'm going to have to go back. I like flipping the pages. And also it keeps you from getting distracted.
Yeah, it does.
Because, you get a text or a notification on your phone, and you want to go immediately and check that out. So I noticed that it's a bit distracting, but yeah, I'm guilty right now. I'm doing it on the app. So, hey, speaking of golf, a couple of golf outings that we want to pass along to you. In the summer, that's one thing I like about Jackson and Vinton County. If you're looking for something to do, typically there's a golf outing going on somewhere over the weekends.
This one's going to be a pretty good one. The Sons of the American Legion, Post 371, holding their annual golf tournament that's going to be taking place at Franklin Valley Golf Course. It's coming up Saturday, June 11th. Registration will be from 8 a.m. until 8:30 a.m. It'll be a shotgun start at 8:30. The cost is $220 per team, and it includes skins game and food and beverages. First place team will get $220 cash. Second place team, $110 in cash. They'll have skill prizes. Also closest to the pin, longest drive, longest putt. They got a $25 hole sponsorship for the Sons of the American Legion. So if you would like to be a part of that, you can get a hold of them. You can sponsor holes and have your name out there and help a great cause out there. Again, Golf Scramble coming up Saturday, June 11th, benefiting the Sons of the American Legion, Post 371.
Okay, yep. And another one just around the corner, the Jackson Sideliners. They are big supporters, actually one of the biggest supporters, they and the Mothers Club of Jackson football here in Jackson. Their 14th annual Golf Scramble is coming up on Saturday, June the 4th out at Franklin Valley Golf Course. That'll be an 8 a.m. registration, 8:30 shotgun start, but they've got some really cool prizes. They're going to be giving away an Odyssey putter, which I have one of those, very nice putter. Doesn't help much, but a very nice putter. A Callaway Maverick driver, Callaway stand bag, and of course some premium golf balls. Always good food and good fun out there. And this is the cool part. If you get a hole-in-one on number 2, and I think yesterday it was playing around 178 yards, a little long yesterday. Had tees back, flag back a little bit. If you get a hole-in-one there, you drive off in a 2022 Ford F-150 Super Cab, 4-wheel drive from Mark Porter Ford here in Jackson.
Wow.
Yeah. So, get your team together. If you're interested, and get a hold of Mike Evans at 740-710-9046 or Philip Osborne at 740-577-5041 or Coach Bice at 740-804-3206. That's the Jackson Sideliners 14th annual golf scramble coming up on June the 4th at Franklin Valley Golf Course.
Hey, while you guys are talking about golf and what you did this weekend, you mind if I cut in a little bit?
Absolutely not. Lay it on us.
Yesterday, I saw the Apple City Players presentation of the Fox on the Fairway, which was a play set at a country club.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic job. They're so funny. They're so good. But what I want to mention now, and I think, Rod, you have the flyer. On Wednesday, the Apple City Players have they start their children's theater program. So this is going to be a summer-long program. And like I said, you've got more details there in front of you.
Yeah.
But it's a summer-long program teaching kids how to do set design, how to do the lighting, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, sound technology, costuming, props, directing, stage managing, producing. It's a 6-week course for grades 6 through 12. I got to tell you right now, that right there, I wish they'd had something like that. I was into drama and stuff like that whenever I was in high school. And, unfortunately, I didn't get exposed to it until like 8th grade, but obviously times were different then. But this is such a great opportunity with what we have here, the population that we have, and I'm going to tell you the talented kids that we have. That goes unnoticed. The talents they maybe they're not the star of the show, but they may be a great stage manager. They may be a great producer, a great director, and to see them come together and be a part of a team and to work together like that. That's the beauty of things like this. So the ACP Youth Theater Summer Workshop, 6 weeks long, 6 to 12th grade. So I would say if you've got a child in that and is interested in anything artsy or displays, everybody wants to be an actor at one point or wants to know. I mean, even if they don't necessarily know if that's what they want to do, try it. Give it an opportunity because it might open a whole new horizon for them.
Yeah, well, and it just kind of gets you out of your shell a little bit.
It does, absolutely.
I enjoyed it. I was always outgoing and creative. Don't mind saying that. But
me, myself, I'm kind of a shy guy.
They begged me to do drama in high school, and I never was or could get comfortable like trying to act and do that in front of people. But what I did get into is exactly what you said. I was basically my junior year like the stage manager. Mm-hmm. And so it was really fun putting the set together and doing the sound. And so, that's a great program they've got going on at the Marquee. And I always enjoy every year when, the Jackson kids do theirs, the Wellston kids. And then you've got the Viking players up at Vinton County, and Oak Hill does a great job. So it's really neat to see all the local schools and their drama clubs every year.
All right. Now, if you want to know more about this, it's a gala kickoff event. It's coming up Wednesday.
Is it gala or gala? Amy, can you weigh in?
I think it just depends on your accent.
All right. Well, we're rednecks. We're going gala.
I'm gala. It's a gala kickoff event. Now you got me wondering. I'm going to have to look at this. Hey, Siri, is it gala or gala?
Okay. I found this on the web for is it gala or gala. Check it out.
I don't think Siri knows either.
We'll get into that in just a moment. But Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, the 18th at 7 p.m. at the Marquee Theater. It'll be at from 7 until 8 p.m. But Marquee Theater in downtown Jackson, another historic monumental place in our history there. But May 18th. 7 o'clock Wednesday, be there, be a part of that. And if you've got kids grade 6 through 12, you want them to be a part of that.
Absolutely. And great job by the Apple City players. Allison Aldridge, I know she was in here, I think, on Friday. I know they do a great job. Love Allison to death. Her dad was actually like another dad to me. He was one of those guys years ago that I played golf with every Sunday. I played with him and a bunch of old dudes, and we had such a ball, and I could never beat that dude. He always had a set of Persimmon Woods, where the old style clubs, and he was like a surgeon. He didn't hit it very far, but it was right down the middle, and no matter how hard I tried, I could not crack that nut. He always beat me. So always have fond memories of Allison's dad, Bill. So, all right, I know when people saw this pop up on all the feeds out there, JJ and Porterhouse are on Main Street TV. We've actually been pretty well behaved in here, and so we're hoping that we might get invited
lost
back.
all of our viewers too, man.
Really?
We were way up there. They're dropping like flies right now.
Okay, well, you're going to miss out because now's the fun part.
Around.
Now's the fun part. Maybe they'll have us come back and we can do some more fun stuff. So I'm going to leave it up to you for the last part of the show. Do you want to talk about cuddling cows or bits of advice you wish you had known?
Oh.
Yeah, so that's the categories.
Cuddling cows?
Yeah.
As in moo cows?
Yeah.
No, that sounds like that could be a rather interesting, but no, I want the second one.
Okay,
yeah.
the bits of advice.
The bits of advice that I wish I had.
Now you just ticked off the other half of the listeners. I want to talk about cuddling.
Well, maybe
cows.
they'll have to invite us back to come and do the other
talk
portion.
about cuddling cows
in the last 10 minutes.
Have you ever cuddled a cow?
I can't say that I have.
I don't think I have either.
How do you cuddle a cow? A cow's pretty big. I mean, I've hugged a
okay,
cow.
Let's make it quick.
All right, let's go.
Let's make it quick. We'll make it quick. Clarksville, Maryland is where this is. And the headline reads, "Stress? Need some cuddles? This cow's for you." True story. So if you're looking to lower your heartbeat and spend some time relaxing, you may not need a spa.
Ooh.
That's right. Mary's Land Farm in Clarksville offers special events. And its newest offer is cow cuddling. Yeah.
Wish we had some echo to throw in that.
So this is a thing, and it's became so popular that they sold out in May for cuddling cows in 36 months.
Wow.
Or excuse me, 36 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, so you can't go just cuddle a cow any old time you like in Clarksville.
Wow, you got to have an appointment. That's pretty interesting. You know, I can see, I mean, I've been around the farm, knowing horses, and actually, you know, being around steers that have been, you know, I can see where that could be therapeutic.
Yeah, well, what it is are 3-month-old Jersey calves that this lady owns. And she named them after the Rice Krispie treats.
Oh.
Snap, Crackle, and Pop.
That's cool.
And she says they're not only curious, but extremely lovable. And she said they just want to snuggle right in like babies. And the name of the farm, again, is Mary's Land Farm. So she started the cow cuddling, I guess, last spring and was blown away by the demand for it. And so, again, she sold out in May immediately. And apparently there's some known therapeutic, or as Barney Fife would say, therapeutic benefits of being around cows. And she said she's glad to share it with others. Cows actually slow down your heartbeat when you're with them, and your heartbeat tends to match the cow's heartbeat. So they're actually expanding now. Their cow cuddling hours in June are going to be, I guess, 8 hours and 45 minutes. And you can actually spend 45 minutes with Snap, Crackle, or Pop for only $120. I mean, that's a tank of gas.
Crazy, but come on, man. This is wrong. PETA needs to get in on this. This is just treating these animals like this. This is ridiculous. Carol Baskin, where are you for the cows? Where's the Carol Baskin? I mean, these cows, they got to be sore after being hugged around.
I guarantee you there is a Carol Baskin for cows.
Yeah, there's got to be. And I'm sure maybe, you know what would be cool? Like they need to put like signs on the cows, like eat more chicken, like the Chick-fil-A cows. You know, this has all sorts of possibilities.
Oh, yeah, but come on, man. Those cows have got to be sore. And are you sure they want to be cuddled? I mean, really. Can you speak for those things? Come on, PETA. Where are you in times like this?
Rodney, you may have been talking about doing a short film a little bit. So my idea now is we do a Tiger King parody that's the Cow King.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if anyone saw like the recent picture that we posted on social media. Porterhouse, he keeps his cowboy hat in the studio back there. But he puts that cowboy hat on with the handlebar mustache. He does look like the Tiger King a little bit. He could be the Cow King.
Yeah,
we might be on to something.
King.
That's
why they call him Porterhouse.
Yeah.
That's it right there.
Cow King.
That among other things, young man.
Okay, well, we've still got a little time here for bits of advice I wish I had known. And this comes from Kevin Kelly, who is a writer, author, and photographer and conservationist. And he recently just turned 70 and decided to share, we can't cover them all, but 103 bits of advice I wish I had known.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, this would be a good, honestly, probably a good question for Lou. or, John, some guys that have been around the block, the old man of rock and roll, who was on with us this morning on Mix 96 FM. I love picking those guys' brains. So, but here's one for you. About 99% of the time, the right time is right now.
Absolutely.
How often do you procrastinate and then, you know what, I wish I would have got started?
That's one of my biggest problems. I've put off for years something that takes me 20 minutes to do.
Yeah.
Literally.
Absolutely.
And I've seen it for more than 20 minutes, passed it and stared at it and complained about it for more than 20 minutes over the course of those years. And absolutely.
Yeah.
It kind of goes along that motto of seize the day. And the right time is right now.
Yeah. Well, actually, and every day, and that's what I try to pound into my son's head, is every day matters and they compound. If you win today and you win tomorrow, you start winning days, then you win months, then you win years, and it all starts to compound. And, everything that you ever wanted to be is right on the other side of hard work. You just got to go get it. So, that's number one. Number two, don't ever work for someone you don't want to become.
See,
what's so
prime
funny?
Example, Lou. JJ.
yeah, right on, right? yeah. I start my day every morning by coming in here and throwing up two fingers and going, "Good morning, Jennifer." So this is what I become. Okay, don't keep making the same mistakes. Try to make new mistakes.
But it's not nearly as fun. You can perfect those mistakes if you keep doing the same things over and over.
Yeah. Anything you say before the word "but" does not count. That's pretty heavy right there, man. That's Pink Floyd heavy.
Yeah.
Anything you say before the word "but" does not count. Forget it. I my mind went sideways there. My apologies. Whenever there's an argument between two sides, find the third side.
Absolutely. It's hard to do in the heat of the moment.
Yes.
It really is. Another suggestion I would say in that situation, but to help enable that, is to separate yourself from the moment for a few moments, then check out the third opinion or the third angle.
Yeah. Wow, we're getting pretty heavy in here,
heavy, man.
Yeah. Hey, James, could you turn down the light and fire up the llava lamp? Just let's set the mood here. We're getting
There we
all
go.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, this is more like it.
Come on, man.
Oh man, ruling the mood.
You're liking that.
Okay, the biggest lie we tell ourselves is, "I don't need to write this down because I will remember it."
Right,
that is a true story.
How many times? And I'm like over and over and over and over and over. I tell, and at least me in particular, it is that for me.
Yeah, and I really, honestly, there was something that I wanted to talk about this morning that I got busy back there, and I'm like, I'll remember. And I was just sitting here a little bit ago. I think you were talking about one of the golf outings, and I'm like, what was that? And guess what? It's gone.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, if I write it down, a lot of times I don't have to go back and see it on that piece of paper. Just writing it down somehow or another, seeing it, seems to implant it into my memory a little bit.
Okay. Here's one for you. Speak confidently as if you were right, but listen carefully as if you were wrong.
Absolutely.
Half the skill of being educated is learning what you can ignore. And that's tough sometimes, isn't it?
Myself, I always get caught up in you might call it details, meaningless, whatever you might want to say, but it's the little things that I always get caught up and drugged down by the most.
Yeah. What you do on your bad days matters more than what you do on your good days. I would definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
That's where winners are made, is getting it done when you don't really feel like getting it done. So I'm all about that one.
Or take a nap.
Yeah, can't go wrong there. Buy used books. They have the same words as the new ones. And also libraries, right?
Right.
Now, you're going to like this one, Porterhouse. You can be whatever you want. So be the person who ends meetings early.
Well, guys, I think it's time for us to get out.
Yeah.
9:58.
Yeah. If you loan someone $20 and you never see them again because they are avoiding paying you back, that makes it worth the $20.
Yeah.
Right. And one more, copying others is a good way to start. Copying yourself is a disappointing way to end. And there you go. Some unwritten rules from someone who's got a lot more life experience.
Them. They're obviously written.
Or not, I shouldn't say unwritten rules, but bits of advice that you wish you would have known, I guess, at our age. So do we have the forecast, Amy? I'm not sure. It started with a little rain this morning.
Real early it started out.
Yeah, but it looks like going to be a little hit and miss this weekend.
Yeah, temperatures going to be
this week.
going to be not kind of like what we had the perfect week last week with sunshine and 80-degree temperatures. We're looking at mid 70s for the most part this week. We'll see temperatures rising up mid 80s to 90 on Friday. We do have some chances of showers on and off throughout the course of the week. Today, obviously, again on Wednesday, about a 60% chance of some scattered stuff. And on Thursday, about an 80% chance. And heading into the weekend, it looks pretty good. 83 on Saturday, and Sunday is 85 or 75. Partly cloudy skies. Going to be another great and awesome weekend, and looks like a great spring week. I mean, we got to have the showers to keep things from getting too dry, and perfect time to be here in southeastern Ohio. I think.
It looks like some dry periods in there to maybe get the lawn mowing and whatnot done. And I got to tell you, my yard's on steroids right now. My lawn guy came and he sprays the liquid fertilizer on there and the stuff that kills the dandelions. And so, it's growing like crazy right now. It's twice a week for me. So, hey, enjoyed it, man. A lot of fun. I promise we'll come back sometime and we'll have some real fun instead of talking like the crazy stuff that happened over the weekend or whatnot.
We had a busy weekend, man.
Yeah, we did, but we'll come back and we'll have a lot of fun. But thanks to Jennifer and Hammy for having us here on Main Street TV. We've really enjoyed it, and we hope to get to do it again. Be sure to stick around. Coming up at noon, we'll have another local news updates over on any of our platforms of stations on Mix 96 FM, 97 Country, The Bull, and Actually, no, we don't do it on WYRO.
But also don't forget, if you're going to be out of the area and you can't get us out of the area, or you're going to be in office, tune into our app.
Just go to the
Total Media Radio app in your Google store or in your app store, and you can download the app and you can listen 24 hours a day. As long as you've got service, you've got your local radio.
Awesome. Well, again, thanks for watching this morning. We appreciate it. Jennifer will be back tomorrow, and I'm sure she'll have a huge show lined up, and she's going to be really glad that we didn't.
She's got a lot to follow after today, guys.
Yeah, she's going to be really glad that we didn't trash the studio. So, hey, Porterhouse will let you take us out like you always did back in our old radio days.
Hey, it's been a great day. I've enjoyed this one. Just make sure that you make the most of this day, and God bless your heart and all your vital organs.